If you want to get your foot in the door in the realm of mental health, psych, or behavioral health, the role of a registered behavior technician might be a good option for you. Hi everyone, I'm Danielle Denise and welcome to my channel. For those of you who may not know me, I'm in an entry-level Master's of Science in Nursing program to become a psychiatric and mental health nurse practitioner. But before that, I was a registered behavior technician, and I would like to share this job opportunity with you all. There's so much to cover about this job, from what it is, what qualifications you need, how much you get paid, and what you can expect. So be sure to tune in all the way through, and at the end I will share some of my personal experiences and takeaways that I feel like you should know before you start this job. I'll try to keep it short, but I'll also leave timestamps below. So let's go ahead and get started. So when I say registered behavior technician, I'm talking about someone who, according to the Behavior Analyst Certification Board, has gone through training and taken the certification/licensing exam to practice applied behavior analytic services under the direct supervision of a board-certified behavior analyst. So let's talk about finding a job. So when you're looking for these positions, you'll see that non-registered behavior technicians can still get hired, but I just want to clarify that to be registered, you have to take the certification exam. And don't be afraid of the exam. I want to share that this job is a great resume booster, but I feel like that certification as well will enhance your resume even more. Now, not every job is going to provide training, but don't let that hold you back from getting your certification because it can still get done. There are online courses you can take, but just know that you will have to cover the financial cost of getting the training and paying for your exam. It's around $100 online. I will leave a direct link to the Behavior Analyst Certification Board in my description box so that you can get all the information you need and the requirements so that you can get the ball rolling. So some of the qualifications you might need. You can have an associate's degree, but most companies are looking to hire people who are bachelor's prepared students in either psych, any of the other social sciences or behavioral sciences education, any human services field. I was a bio and chem student and was still hired, so don't let that discourage you either. You need a clean record and TB clearance. In some jobs you might find that you need to already have your certification, but like I said before, just try to find somewhere that includes paid training. So your role, you're going to be doing one-to-one sessions, teaching social skills, doing parent teaching. You'll be collecting data for the behavior analyst to observe and create new interventions for your clients. And the type of clients you will typically work with are children with autism, but expect other behavioral and mental health disorders as well. Me personally, I've worked with children across the autism spectrum, as well as children with other disabilities, and even a child with PTSD. Your hours will typically be flexible, and if you decide to work your way up in the ABA therapy realm, some jobs will also provide you with the supervisor hours that you will need if you decide to become a BCBA. So some places you can expect to work are schools, in the home, in the community, such as grocery stores, doctor's appointments, out and about, Disneyland, and family trips. Those last two, Disneyland and the family trips, are very rare. I didn't get to go to Disneyland because I didn't have my pass at the time. And then the family trips are even more rare because it's just... So let's talk about pay. I live in Southern California, so pay might be different from where you live. But just know that I'm going to be talking about the pay ranges here, as well as some of my personal experiences, also comparing to other job offers that I've seen. So training pay can be anywhere from less than minimum wage to minimum wage. And then your starting pay, once you come out of training and are now a registered behavior technician, can be anywhere from minimum wage to mid $20 an hour. You are also offered drive time and mileage depending on where you work. So let's get into my personal experiences. I won't be sharing like really detailed or specific things because 1, HIPAA, 2, my memory's bad, 3, because it's not that much to share. I don't know if I can share more than what you'll experience yourself, so I'm just gonna try my best to give it to you. So just know that with this job, there's good and bad, no matter where you go, where you work. Be sure that when you apply that you check the reviews. Try Glassdoor, and usually they say where there's negative opinions, it's usually from a disgruntled former employee. And I just want to say that typically that's true partially, because sometimes, I might have said this before on my channel, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if you walk into that fire, you're gonna burn. You're gonna burn. That's just it. It should go without saying that you want to work in a supportive environment. This job is hard. It is very demanding. It can take a toll on you emotionally, from just the people that you work with, to the children when they're not having their best days, to being around all these different families or new families when you have to go like fill in for other people, especially when you're not confident in yourself and in what you're doing. It can be really hard on you, and especially when you're new and you just want to pick a workplace that is supportive and pays well and treats their employees fairly, and as well as a company that you can tell that they actually care for their clients and their families. I just want to talk about being introduced to new families. You will be in their homes, you will spend a lot of times with them, and you will kind of be incorporated into their family system. And it's not easy for them to have someone new coming in, and for that child to have someone new, especially with children with autism. They're very rigid, so something new and just new things to their schedule and new people, it can be a lot for them as well. So it might be tough coming in, and it's already hard on these families dealing with some of the things that they go through and stigma, and sometimes ABA therapy is new for them and you're gonna be new. They don't know what to expect, you don't know what to expect, but just try your best. I would like to say that the job gets better. It gets so much better as you go and as you grow as a tech and you learn these families and you get like your team. You guys get into a routine, you build good rapport, and your confidence will grow and your clients' trust in you will grow, as well as their family, and just the relationship just grows and bonds get stronger and your confidence as a tech gets better. You will see improvements in these kids, and the changes that you will see will make it that much more worth it. I know some people fear worst about this job, so I'm gonna get into those things. Something that I heard about was the first thing that made me hesitant about getting into this job was being hit by a child or by things that they might throw. I was also reassured that in my interview that sometimes it rarely happens. Like it's not that common, but it is. It probably will happen. I have been pinched, scratched. I have not been bitten, but I've seen some mean bite marks on some other techs. But that's what crisis prevention intervention training is for. I've been hit with sticks. I have taken 2 baby fists to the eyes at the same time. I've experienced quite a bit. But take care of yourself, because if you don't, your quality of care will decrease. And just know that those happen, but you can try to work through them or just try to protect yourself the best that you can. Something else that might happen, or where you find that happens the most, is when clients kind of build a tolerance to their tech and they're just so used to having them all the time that it's kind of like, oh, now whatever you tell me, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Or it can still work on the other side of the spectrum, that like whenever they see this tech, they get their act together. They could go years without seeing this person, and when they see them again, they snap back into, that person has me together and I'm gonna stick together and I'm gonna do all these things correct. But if somebody new comes in, I'm only working well for Tech Danielle or something like that. So it can work either way. But usually when it's on this side where it's like, bleh, I don't like you anymore, they try to rotate out techs or try something new. You'll also get to work with and get to see other mental health professionals and people that work with these kids. So it's really cool if you don't know exactly where you want to go. Me, I decided that I wanted to be a psychiatric and mental health nurse practitioner prior to becoming a behavior tech, because I knew that that was what I wanted to do. I became a behavior tech. But I can see how if you don't know what you want to do, you can still become a behavior tech, and you will get to see licensed clinical social workers, psychiatrists, psychologists, the BCBA that you will work with closely if you want to stick with this job or in this field. You will work with them all the time. You can pick their brains and ask questions. When you're working in schools, you get to see the teachers, the school aides, all of the different professionals who work in mental health. It is a good option to see all of them, and you get to kind of get your feet wet and stick your foot in the pond of mental health through this job. Okay, so to begin closing this video out, I just want to let you guys know that if there's any part in this video that you feel you have more questions about, from what it is to my personal experiences, be sure to leave questions and comments in the comment section down below. I can answer them there, and I can make follow-up videos in the future if that's what you guys are interested in. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.